Hello, hello, hello. We are live to the internet. I'm gonna be doing a bit of nice, relaxing drawing today. Only I need to edit this Twitch info because we're not playing Minecraft. Let's do art. Because we're doing art. Done. There we go. Right. Let's see. Am I all ready to do stuff? Are we good? Oh, let me just close some windows here. Windows all being way too open. Way too many. Righty-ho. And there goes the notification. Lovely. Right. So, what I have been working on... Well, I haven't really been working on it. But what I want to do today... Let's hope that this works. Is this going to work? I hope it does. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Nope. Yes? There we go. You happy there? Yeah, we're looking my iPad. Right. So, what I want to do today... What do I want to do today? I want to do a bit of drawing. Because I've had this idea. I wanted to get my Twitch banner sorted because, goodness me, I mean, it's just terrible at the moment. If I just quickly go to this one, let me just show my Twitch account briefly. My channel. Oh, hello for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Welcome. So, this is currently, if it's going to show it, is it going to show it? There. So, this is currently my Twitch. And at the top here... Hold on, let's see if I can show... I wonder if I can show it like this. At the top here... That is completely empty. And it should have a whole banner on the top with art and goodness knows what. But it doesn't. So, what I want to do is work on that today. I want to draw my own Twitch banner. And I had the idea, because this Twitch account is kind of me playing Minecraft, but also me drawing, that I have like 2 versions of me. So I've done a bit of a sketch already. This is very incredibly rough. That was done in like 5 minutes. But, so on the right side, on the left side, you've got this one here. And this is drawing Katie. So the Katie that you've got right now, I guess. This is me when I want to be drawing. Just need to remove my bracelets because they're going to annoy me all stream. So, the side of the art side of this Twitch channel, I guess. And then you've got the other side. Katie Rowe, the Minecraft player. With her little bow and everything. With her little bow's going to be here. And all that. Holding a trident. And so I thought that this could be the kind of artwork that I add to as this Twitch channel kind of evolves. Because... I have only been streaming for a very short amount of time. And not a lot has happened. Well, quite a bit has happened, but I think it would be interesting to add to this as more stuff happens. So, for instance, right now we could do like a little Crowlander in the background here, holding a sword from like our Sevtech series. Or we could do a little Pearl here as well, from the Pearl SMP. And with a little... different series that we do, and maybe like little different drawings that we do on this side, you could add to it. But for now, I think we should just be doing the 2 main centers of the artwork, I guess. The 2 Katies, if you could call that. Now, I don't know if I want to add on to this. I haven't done any warming up to this, by the way. I have not done any warm-up drawing. This is the first drawing I'm doing today. But let's see how it works. I'll just fiddle around. How do we want to do this? Do I want to just maybe draw over the sketch again? Refine it a bit, because this was the tiniest bit that I could be doing. And this is the Twitch banner size. So the resolution might be a little bit low, but that is the size that the Twitch banner is going to be in the end. So I just basically typed in the size specifications that the Twitch banner needs into Procreate, which is the program that I'm using, by the way, if you don't know it. But yeah, just draw. So we want her to be all cheery and looking up. So draw 2 of me, basically. And I guess like a happy face, so will be, I guess, how's that? Just something like that, something simple. I've honestly been wanting to do this for a while. This sketch has sat in my to-do list on my to-do folder on Procreate for a long time, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it so far. Now, should we have open eyes? I guess I need my eyes open if I want to be drawing. So this is going to be more of a cheery pose here, and the like Minecraft character Katie Rowe, I guess, could be like more of an action pose. So you've kind of got, oops, gone too far. Did I just knock my microphone? I don't know. Kind of like more of an action pose, and this is kind of like more relaxed and chilled out. If you get the gist, kind of like sat down. I guess they're kind of showing the same way, pointing the same direction. So let's do a bit of. I don't know how I want to do the eyes actually. I'll start with the hair, I guess. Now, this is currently how my hair's growing. It's very floppy, very absolutely chaotic. Because I am growing out a fringe that I've had all my life. And it is the messiest thing in the world. I do not recommend. Just like either keep your fringe or or never get one in the first place. It is. Let's just say thank goodness I'm like staying inside at the moment. I do need to make sure that I keep to the head form though, so I'm just going to rub that out. I'll quickly draw in the head form so I've got nice fluffy hair that goes over the head. So kind of like, oh, I don't even know what I'm doing. What am I doing? This sketch is confusing me. Right. Just get a bit of a feel for it. Kind of a bit of a hair flow. My hair goes absolutely everywhere. If it grows longer than my shoulders, my mum calls me the triangle because it literally just goes like that and just spreads out exponentially. Well, actually linearly if it's growing out in a triangle, if you think about it. But yeah, I've got so much hair, it's difficult to manage at times, but I'm gonna accentuate that fluff here. Have a nice bit of fluff, I guess, like I said. Have that kind of going to the side, same with that. I haven't drawn myself in a very long time, so this could be, yes, this could be quite the interesting challenge. I draw OCs all the time, but me? Self-portrait? Nah, who needs to see what I look like? Right. Now we want, what do I usually wear? What should I be wearing? Like a really loose shirt. That's what I usually wear. I'm just looking at the clothes that I currently have hung up on my wardrobe. Loose shirt. So we could do, I don't know what colour we do, but that's not something we need to figure out yet. Let's just do a bit of a, kind of similar to what I had. She'd have her iPad in her hands here. So let's figure this out. Hold on. We could figure it out on this layer, shouldn't we? So let's see. If we have the arm going out here, I'm wondering if I should just start a new sketch. Although I quite like the looseness of these sketches. It's maybe hard to jump on top of. So kind of like find the body. Actually, maybe just figure out how she's sitting. So if she's going to be sitting like that. And kind of only have the torso because it's not like we're going to see that part actually. And yes, I am right-handed, so I'll have to figure out how I want the pen to be held. That might involve, how do you hold a pen? Hold on, let me just look at my hand. That is really confusing me. Hold on. So from the outside it would be... I have really done this badly. So. Let's just ignore that. That is not how you hold a pen. Let's have a look. Let me just think about this. So that's on the outside. That means... And then the pen's pointing down this way. So basically... Gosh, this is way too much brain work for a Sunday afternoon. The hand really kind of like points forward. I'm going to get stuck on this hand forever, aren't I? Too much brain power. Anyway. Needs too much, requires too much brain power. Maybe if I turn it... Dude, this is really confusing me. I'm literally like just staring at my own hand, trying to figure out how this works. Kind of, not really. I wonder how readable my sketches are. I should have done this in a different colour, to be frank. To be honest, that's just... Purple, why not purple? Wrong. No. That's what we want. So, we'll have a loose shirt. Because then we can figure out, like, with the crinkles of the shirt, you can kind of figure out what, or you can kind of show what posture she has, what form she's taking. Let's figure out on proportions here. Our proportions. So. Oopsie, wrong there. Let's just redo this one, because I wasn't very happy with this one to begin with. Right, so. Let's break this down into shapes. 'Cause honestly, still no idea what I was doing at the time. Way too skinny there. No, I haven't put a sign on my door to say that I'm streaming. That needs to be done. 2 seconds. Just had to close the door on my cat who was meowing at my... wanting to come in. I was like, no, I can't. I can't let you in right now. So. You know what? Let's just ignore that. I'll keep that and maybe like add it in later dates. But let's just start again with basic forms. Because what we want is... We can totally illustrate my terrible posture. And kind of have her take over the entire length of this screen, I guess. I'm so lost. I really should have warmed up, if I'm being honest. I will at some point. I'm going to change my mind again and go back to this because I quite do like this sketch, man. I can't get over. Right. Just going to gather my thoughts. I want to make it very obvious that she's holding an iPad. So if we kind of... Wrong layer. That is my main digital tool, or the main tool that one will be seeing on this screen. So, hand. Maybe she can be holding it closer to herself. So I'll pull it in further then. Or will she? I don't know if she's holding it out, like ready to draw. Let's turn that around a bit. In hindsight, she's got a bit of a good posture there. Pretty good posture there. Let's just move the head, I guess. I feel like the head's a bit small as well. You know, a whole multitude of sins can be saved by the liquefy tool. Too large. Let's see. So if we have... Don't know why, but this elbow is annoying me. Maybe it's because it's not long enough. Right, we'll do that a little tilted. Just kind of like maybe show that a iPad is being held. Dude, I'm not doing any reference viewing here. Tell you what, we'll get back to this one. I feel like the hero's pose is going to be easier. I'll make this one red, because that is Katie Rose's primary colour. Speaking of myself in the third person, I'm speaking of the character, the Minecraft character. Right, let's make a nice... I feel like that needs to be a thicker neck if we figure this out right. So she's looking up. Maybe she's looking up too far. I feel like she's looking way too far. Let's rejig this head. That's better. That's quality. Quality's not bad on the computer, on the stream. Very mischievous grin. Maybe too much mischievous grin. There we go. And then an ear. An ear is always good. And here, I'm pretty sure we could already do the eyes. I want her kind of looking at the out the picture. Right, so she's smiling, so we can have a bit of goodbye pupil, goodbye iris. And she's obviously got a lovely amount of freckles. Let's redo this eyebrow. Let's see, how do we do cheerful? Always reposition the eyes if we need to. I feel like we will need to. Looks like she's looking up. Or they could both be looking up at, like, the name. But I think it's more engaging if they're looking up, if they're kind of looking at the audience. And that tiny, tiny movement has already maybe done it. If we get the second eye in there. It's a bit difficult that it's all this pixely. Whether I want the eyebrows to show through the hair, I don't know yet. Bit of a stylistic choice, but we'll see. Right, so let's get a bit of fringe in there. And then out here. Let's just down the opacity of this so we can see it better. Now I always see the character Katie Rowe, the Minecraft character, as having a lot longer hair than I do. And actually it's kind of always tied back in a bow, so it's kind of not in her face. So I'm just going to quickly tie that back like that. So it kind of like make it look like it's tied back. Of course the fringe bit isn't, but it would be also tied back on the other side as well. Maybe a little tighter. Every time I draw this, I do it differently. Sometimes I don't do it at all. So I don't want the fringe to be in there, so I'll just remove that out of there. Have a bit of bow action going on. Kind of like that. And then we have this neck is weird. So that neck can get moved. Point further down. Maybe the whole thing, oopsie. The whole thing needs to be further down. Don't know how big her neck is. Again, very messy, crazy hair, but I guess that's just me, no matter what character I play. Now, she has a nice little tunic, a blue tunic. That can go out here as well. And then here too. Let's see, hold on, it came out there, and then we can go back in there. And then we have that going up there. Obviously a bit covered by the hair. Let's just... My cat wants to come in. He's meowing outside the door. Am I a terrible person for not letting him in? I don't know. Right. I'm just going to have to redraw this arm because I feel like hold on, if the torso goes through here. And let's just tighten that in a bit more. Hello? But she's definitely not that skinny, goodness me. Let's make her shoulders a bit broader. So, the torso's about that size. What are we thinking? Haha, sis. Hiya, sis. Haha, sis. Hi, bro. How's your voice? Curry's not been feeling very good this weekend. He's come and tried talking to me, but I have no idea what he's saying because his voice is so croaky. So what are we thinking? Honestly, I have always had loads of trouble, like, with the hip lean. So if we... I'm so lost. I'm drawing my Twitch banner, bro, and I'm really struggling. This is so difficult. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That is not good. As long as you don't pass it on to me, I've got stuff to do next week, okay? Just, you know, stay in your room. Whatever it is. Right, so what we want is the liquefy tool. Solves a multitude of sins. Just for a more out there chest. Don't like what it's doing to the face though, so I'm just going to undo everything and only choose the chest area. And liquefy. Oh, can I not? Oh goodness, can I only liquefy? No, there we go. I only recently discovered the liquefy tool, and it feels like I'm cheating, honestly. Hey bro, if you're there, well, not like staying in your room is out of the oddity. True. If you're there, do you want to go and grab the cat that's outside my door and like give him attention, because he's scratching at my door and it's slightly off-putting. Right. I have no idea, honestly. Kind of push it out a bit because I can hear his meows. Thanks, bro. This is where he bursts in my room and gives me a fright. Well, gives me a fright. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I know him. I know him. So, again, we're very, very... It feels like we're very... not as broad as I want to be. So, there we have the shoulders. Let's just skip the song. Oh. So hold on, let's see if just keep the shape going, kind of. I should do this another father. A father? Another father? Another colour. Farbe. German. Right, so. Yeah, this could be a lot more dynamic. I think I'm just going to copy the face onto a different layer. And clear it out of here. And just clear the whole body as well, so we can start again. This is a very normal procedure of me just fiddling with poses that I at first don't like, but then... Hold up, the music is from Super Mario Galaxy but on piano. Yes, this is music from Super Mario Galaxy but on piano. That is true. That is the case. Hello? There you go. So, a real superhero pose. Let's just try and figure this out. Oh, that is very incorrect. Right. So if this is... the... I still have a resting pose there, so that it doesn't look like she's about to tip over. I find it difficult getting dynamic posing. Let's just get rid of the face for now. Nice. That is the case. Even though we're not going to be doing the legs, I'm just kind of jutting in the legs to get a feel for everything. So, my elbow goes down to just at my hip bone. So that'll be there. So that is about the length of the top arm. And then if we just do a bit of anatomy, which I am not very well versed in. I do plan on getting myself or learning a bit more anatomy in this year. That's like on my art goes. This is bad, goodness me. Let's just do a bit of sausage drawing, as I like to call it. And then this would kind of go guess, and then you're not going to really see much of the forearm because it goes all the way forward, and then kind of comes around to the hand. I feel like this lower bit here is a bit too low. Right, because my girl is strong. My little Minecraft character. She used to be a sailor before she travelled the Minecraft lands. Or at least that's my headcanon for her. Make this a bit higher up so that we don't have any tangents when it comes to the actual line drawing. But at the same time, I do want the trident to be able to have a straight line through so it's resting on her shoulder, right? So if we go much higher up, we're going to have to turn the hand even more. Which, hold on. We could totally do. So if that's the hand. If we turn that a little bit, get a feel. And then we can have the arm more accentuated there. Kind of going to a thing there. That's a bicep and a half. Bicep and a half, isn't it? Right. Strong little adventurer, our little Katie Rowe. Right. How about that? So we can rest the trident on her shoulder there. Have a very simple trident, I say. Although I have yet to have a series, a Minecraft series in which I get a trident. That will hopefully change soon. Because I love tridents, I want a trident. Such a bad trident, but it's going to be covered up by most. So all you're kind of going to see is 3 points poking out. I want it to be quite simple. She's a modest person. And then I can kind of poke out to there. Have a bit of a thumb action. I can decide how much like bending the fingers we want. Figure that out in a bit. I feel like it needs to be more like this. And slightly shorter, so that it kind of follows the line of the trident better. Right. Now, there's a question is how do we want her hand to be rested on her? I think for now I'm just going to have like your typical hand that also needs to be taken into consideration. That is also a fairly long appendix. Words are hard, man. Honestly, how to word. And then it kind of curls in on itself. She could have like a belt there, like an adventurous belt that she's kind of resting on. And then if we have the head up here. There we go. So let's just get rid of this white one. That white layer of the initial sketch. Getting warmed up slowly but surely. Oh, I'm on that layer. I thought I'd made another one. Oh no, wait, that layer is... It is another layer. So, what I want to do is make her hips a little wider. Right. How's that? Okay. And then we can kind of figure out the face. The face shouldn't be too hard. Although it should be longer. If she's looking up, then the neck should be accentuated. Hold on, let's see. Can we work with this? Ooh, not if I disform it like that. I think I'll redo it. Right, so let's do another layer. Maybe like a bit of a lighter colour to go on top. That is a really bad colour to draw with. Let's just do a bit almost white. So what we want is for it to line up with the neck. I still feel like the shoulders aren't really broad enough, but and the head goes around like that. And it can definitely be quite a bit smaller. We don't want like a bubble head feeling, which is exactly what that gives. All bubble head, no jaw. Let's rethink this. We do kind of want her looking up, I think. And I'll have her head a bit further forward. That's probably where I was missing out, because then the jawline can kind of go there. Ish. Kind of, I guess. I feel like it needs to be like skinnier and maybe a little less top heavy. I feel like, yeah, is that something we can work with? I think it needs to be a bit smaller in comparison to the rest of the body, so it fits more with the proportions. I think we can work with that. Sorry, it's a bit zoomed out. I think we can work with that. So I will then go on, put this underneath the previous layer, put that down in saturation and in visibility, opacity, and go on top. Kind of connect it to the body, with maybe adding a face as well. A multitude of sins can be hidden by hair, so that's what we're going to do. That's definitely what is necessary. Let's just have a placeholder ear, although I think it'll be covered up by hair. It's a bit of a cheeky look on her. Don't really want her looking up, want her looking forwards at the viewer. So cheerful but also cheeky. But I feel like it's a bit too high up, considering the eyebrows are supposed to be like where the socket is, or where it goes out again. So like, let's find the right eyebrow form. Maybe a bit too thick. Maybe a bit too kind of like organized and curved. I should probably just... We once again have a very hectic sound song for... There we go. Through not a very hectic stream. Right, let's do the second eye, and the second eye is always difficult to match the first eye. I feel like it's not as large, so let's just change that. Obviously it has quite the impact on the quality. Sure. There we go. And then she can go kind of like there. And then, oh, I need to kind of reference the hair that I had here because I really did like that hair. Let's just move this girl over so that we can kind of use that as a reference without it being behind it. So here's the question, do we want... I think I want like a fringe bit to kind of go towards here. And then the rest will kind of go behind. If you get what I mean? To where the bow is. I'll do this before I do the rest of the hair, just to kind of get a feel for it. I think that's a bit too far. Right. I've always seen this Minecraft character's bow as like her signature thing. The bow and the stripes. When I draw it, it has a life of its own. I feel like we are a little bit distorted. If that makes sense. And I think we need to go further down because I'm running out of space up top. So we have more room to make the hair even fluffier. Although this hair could be maybe like a bit more held back. Because I don't feel like she'd have like too much hair that gets in the way, right? Of her Minecrafting and her adventuring. Of course you'd have like the stuff that is kind of... I feel like her hair's longer than mine, like I said. I've dripped over. So kind of like that. And now I feel like the trident is a bit short. So let's just move that out of there. Maybe she needs to go in a bit more. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I don't want anything to be cut off really. So let's rejiggle this bow. And I'll figure out a design for the trident. But I think it would be very simple, like I said. Right. Now let's maybe take a different colour, maybe a darker colour. And go over with clothes. And she's got this tunic. Her hair will drape over it somehow. And this tunic can obviously be like pushed to the side. How did I do this tunic? How did I think of doing this tunic? Is that how it... Kind of like that. Maybe not that loose. Or maybe that loose, I don't know. Bit of a crop top. It doesn't go, it's not too long. It kind of, maybe the hand pushes out the way and it does go a bit longer. Don't know. So we will then do the same on the other side. Same kind of design. And it can go a bit longer here. So let's figure out what we're doing on this side. Oh, I should have done a new layer, shouldn't I? And then she's got her iconic stripy top. Hold on, I shouldn't just be drawing. I've been doing chibis for the last few days. I've just not done much serious art. Well, serious. Now let's see. Kind of like have it follow the shape that the tunic would take. Let me just try and figure this out. So it'd be nice and loose because otherwise you'd feel choked. And then we have like maybe like quite a vertical stripe. And then because it will be fairly loose, hold on, let me just figure. That's going to be quite loose, so I think it'll all just kind of drape down a bit. The question is how to drape it down. And maybe take the folds into consideration, how the top would fold. Kind of, sort of, maybe. Now that's not nearly enough stripes if I can interject. I do want more stripes. At least 2 more. So let's... Actually, I'll put that one further down and I will put one in between here. Trying to keep the form. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Kind of like where it's folding. Can be nice and short. Right. And then we could have like a belt here with... What do you put on a belt? She could have like... Gosh, this music is stressing me out. What could she have on her belt? What could she have on her belt? I don't know. Goodness me. What do you put on a belt when you're an adventurer? I have no idea. Something that doesn't come too much in the way of her hand here. Let me just think. I think she'd have a spyglass. I imagine her like having a spyglass. So maybe she could have a little holster here. Like a little spyglass holder. But that's not going to be very visible. It could also be like a horn for calling friends with. I don't know. Who knows? A compass, I'd say. I'd say she has a compass. Maybe like there. And I've knocked the microphone again. Terribly sorry if you could hear that. There we go. I think that's a fairly decent sketch to work from. Now all we need to do is the monstrosity that is the other one. And I shall once again just start from scratch. I feel like I'm a little bit more warmed up this time. Just take a sip of water. Oh, if I had any, just a little bit left. Now you see, if my brother was still watching and if he were a very, very nice brother, he'd go and fill up my water bottle for me. Hello? An alarm going off my phone. You know, just hints, if he's still there. I don't know. If he were a nice brother, you know. Right. Let's have a looky here. Now, I want... Oh, that was on the same layer as the white one. I'm just gonna put that away again. Actually, no, I'm gonna do the same as I did before. That seemed alright. Why is it so bright? Oh, because I'm using rubber. Derp. So. Let me figure this out. So I do kind of want the kind, like, side view, like a dog. So what I kind of want is like, you're kind of looking from above at an angle. Because this one's, well, you're not really looking from below, but kind of action pose, superhero pose. I guess I could change the jawline a bit, that it makes you feel like you're looking from below. Add more dynamics. But I don't think it needs to be too dynamic. I think it can be quite static. And so, kind of, we've got a bit of a comfy sitting here. Right. So, we want the comfiness. Comfort comes first. What if I maybe like, because we kind of have the legs going on here, slightly. What if I just have her already sitting down? Not like that, obviously. That looks very lopsided. Or she's kind of sitting. I've lost the picture that I had in my head. What was the picture that I had in my head? Who knows? Let's see. If we make it look like she's kind of looking from above. So the head would be bigger. Do we really want to work with perspective right now? Good question. I think we just have her. It doesn't even need to be sitting. Let's just get rid of this for now. And maybe this as well. I need a better rubber. There we go. So, if we were to might just be a fairly frontal view. I need to refigure this entire pose. So, in fact, let's just start from scratch here. Like we have a couple times. I like that. kind of like a bit of a tilted head. Maybe I'm too fixated on getting this pose right. On getting like the movement of the pose right. There we go. Kind of. So, if we were to I don't know how she's sitting. How do you have like a relaxed pose? How do you do a relaxed pose? Just trying to think how I usually sit. What I usually do is I stick one foot below another leg. So if we just... So imagine this leg is pointing down. I guess we could have her like leaning up against the side. Oh, hello? Move. No. There we go. That's relaxed, isn't it? Like leaning up against somewhere. Let's not have that tangent there. Let me just figure out how large the leg would be. It would definitely be larger than this in my opinion. So, I think the torso is too small. But maybe it could do with have something to do with perspective, I guess. Let me just figure this out. Poses are hard, man. Truly. So, what I don't want is the arm to kind of like clip out. So I think we're going to be moving, the arm will kind of be moving forward a bit. And now that we have the legs there, that means that we can kind of rest the iPad on the legs, or the arm that's holding the iPad at least. So imagine if we so the elbow would be on the leg here, I guess. I guess the iPad doesn't need to be like holding up, like ready to draw, kind of be lounging a bit. So if we would have a thumb here. And is the arm long enough? Too long? I think it's too long. Top arm. Let me just think this through. Actually, I'm just gonna, rev that out and draw it again. And I think this needs to be further in. So if we were to say, put the elbow there. I think that's kind of like sort of shoulder there. Same as this kind of is here. And that's the arm. Is that too long? Okay. Need to make sure that is definitely straight, so it is definitely noticeable as an iPad. How would you recognize an iPad? Let me just hold up mine. How would you recognize it from the back? Oh, I guess it has an Apple symbol on the back, doesn't it? It would have like that. We could do a non-apple. We could do a strawberry. I'm going to do a strawberry. So it's not an apple symbol. There we go. That is my strawberry iPad. Made by the famous company, Strawberry. Looks like a bee. It could be a bee. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a bee. It's going to be a bee. We're going to have a bee. There we go. Tiny little bee. Stripey. That's on my tablet. Now we've not branded it. It's obviously not sponsored. Who would sponsor a little streamer like me? Especially not Apple. Now, the challenge of figuring out how we're going to hold the pen. Somehow like that. So this thing goes there. I still don't understand how the pen goes through. Hold on. The hand would be kind of looking at like the thumb bit there. The thumb bit. Huh. Thumb joint, I guess. Yes, I did anatomy and biology. All in a different language though, admittedly. It's a bit of a skinny arm, don't we think? Hold on, let me just figure out, how do arms work? How do arms work? Honestly, no idea. No idea how most of the human body works. Why in the world am I drawing? This arm is so dreadful. So I do like this hand. I'm going to make the hand a bit bigger. I always make my hands a bit too small. And I feel like, oopsie, that the pen would go in there somewhere. Probably not that long. Especially if it needs to come out the other end. Just make sure that there's no tangents there. So I'll make it shorter on this side, but therefore longer on the other. So it doesn't start where the chest stops. It doesn't stop where the chest stops. So let's figure this arm out. So if we were to think it would go... Maybe I could move her in a little bit. Because if it were to go in like that. Kind of, I guess. This shoulder, I think, is just in the wrong place, putting it all off. Let's just figure this out again. I thought so. This is no longer Super Mario. Who knows if that was copyright or not? Let me just go around in circles there. Did not sound like Super Mario anymore. Don't copyright strike me, I swear it was a mistake. DMCA. So, kind of. And then what I'm going to do is extend this area out a bit. So it doesn't look like I'm completely unbalanced. And I'll do like a loose shirt there. That tied up by some sort of belt, I guess. In fact, I think that's what she's gonna wear. Let's take a darker colour and do the shirt, preferably on another layer this time. So what I often wear is like a loose shirt. At least that's what I'm drawing at the moment. How loose do we want to go is the question. How weird do we want this shape to be? I feel like this side is a bit dodgy. I said loose, but maybe not make it too confusing. And then we have a nice amount of folds, even though I have no idea how folds work. Disclaimer. How am I that good at drawing? I have practiced for a long time. And thanks for saying that, not sir. Very kind of you. It's all practice. It was something that interested me a couple of years ago. And I decided I'll try it out, pursue it. I was really bad at the start, as I'm sure basically everyone is, because no one's born with the talent. And then I just went from there. If you set your mind to something, then you can improve at it. And I've still got a lot of learning to do. And then have like that kind of tucked in like that. No, we're not going to do cuff buttons. That is a bit sad, just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I like how that's rolled up like that. So I'll do the same on this side. I have no idea how to fold. I shall learn at some point, I'm sure. Today's not that day. Now what I'm going to do is have this going like a different direction. You know, the hand gets in the way, so it doesn't really matter. And then probably should do some collarboning here. Collarbones. Somehow, I guess. Anyway, that is pretty much the shirt that I wanted. And then we have the trousers are just basically going to be the legs with a couple more folds. Although the legs already look pretty folded. It's just going to be normal jeans. Nothing special. I'm not special. Something like that, I don't know. Maybe do the seam as well. How does seams work? They go through. Kind of like that, I guess. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing. Right. And then we shall do the face, I guess. Now I think it should be tilted a bit more. This direction, because that is more welcoming. I'll redo the whole face, hold on. Yeah, yikes. We've got a bit of a Mega Mind here. Kind of like that. Sort of. Yeah. And let's just get those cheekbones right. Get an ear in there, because I too have ears. Who knew? Bit of a small ear. My ear is definitely bigger. Let me just figure out how an ear works. Kind of. It's going to be covered up by hair anyway. Makes me look like an elf. I am not an elf, I can confirm. Or a Vulcan. Right. Kind of. Not really. No. It doesn't matter, because it's going to get covered up. Right, how did I do the hair in the first one? Because again, I liked how I did the hair. Let's just do a hair seam kind of like thing. Somehow kind of... I feel like the head is way too big. Hold on. Take a step back. Take a step back. Undo. Still feels very big. But I do big heads anyway in my style. Bigger than usual. Let's have a look at this neck. Kind of, yeah, sure, sure. Again, hair will cover up a multitude of sins. Kind of like there and there. That'll kind of go over the ear there. And let's do a bit of facial features. Let's redo the... Ah, the position of the face. Difficult. That's too high up. Kind of. Like that, I guess. Yeah, sure. Sure, we'll just roll with it. Just trying to figure out the shape of my nose. I can't even remember. I don't know what I look like. Why am I trying to draw myself if I have no idea what I look like? I'm just trying to figure out another facial expression. Maybe a smile would do well. Smile, say cheese. Again, my eyebrows are no way so that are never that groomed, but kind of. So I'm gonna make this character a bit smaller because she's in the comparison to that character, she's quite big. And maybe the legs will kind of get lost. Let's do a bit of pupils though. Let's try and get her looking at you and you and only you. smiling at you. Right, she's a bit tall now. And I am not tall. Oh, hello. Let's have both layers chosen. Let's see her in comparison to the rest of the picture. Smaller. I feel like your head's still a bit large. So I'm going to make your head a bit smaller again. Still so it kind of fits onto the body. Again, just put the hair in front. Kind of like that. Right. Add some life to those eyes by adding pupils. Same with this one. This is probably the messiest sketch ever. But I think, tell you what, this can be a bit more cheerful. Happy to see you here. Yay! And that should reflect both eyes, in hindsight. And I think the eyebrows can go up quite a bit more. Happy to see you here. There we go. As I do very much. Yeah, she's short. Oh, thanks. How long ago was that? When did I miss that? Just because you're freakishly tall for a 17... Oh. I did not just click your age. Just because you're freakishly tall doesn't mean... doesn't mean I'm short. Payback. There we go. Kind of. So, that's the two going to be the centre of attention when it comes to the banner. I feel like she's looking down a little bit. I want her to look up a bit more. Look at the person on the other side of the screen. No, that's too high up. Let's figure this out. Kind of. I look tired, but honestly I'm tired most of the time, so that's fair. Yeah. It'll look different after the line art anyway, but I think that is good for now. I'm going to make this hair bigger, because goodness me, my hair is a lot bigger. IRL. Especially if it all goes over to one side like that. And it often goes over one eye, even though I don't mean it to. It's currently tied back into a bun. Imagine this hairstyle, only a tiny little thing up there. Like a Fire Nation. Like a Fire Nation citizen from Avatar. Did I knock my head for my microphone again? I don't think I even realised it's just kind of shaking. I bet I did. I'm sorry if I did. And I blasted in everyone's ears. So, and then in the middle, in fact I could do that right now. Fiddle around with a bit of a text. Let's see, we're gonna add text. Oh, pink, yes, totally. We totally want it to be pink. Okay. Do we want Miss Katie Rowe or do we want Katie Rowe? Because I'm Katie Rowe on so many different things. I mean, you got it down in the corner. I think I'll just be Katie Rowe. The only reason that I'm Miss Katie Rowe, oh, that's how you type Katie Rowe, of course, on Twitch is because Katie Rowe was already taken. And if anyone knows who that's from, I want that name. So, let's see, what do I usually use? I usually use MV Bold, but I don't think this has it. No, noteworthy? Or what do I usually use for animatics? That's the question. I think it's Kfa that I usually use, but that's way too serious. I'm not that serious. So we could do noteworthy and then change the spacing, tracking. I don't know which one it is. The leading? No. So what's the difference between those two? I'm gonna have it maybe a bit bigger. I feel like it'll, I can't quite remember what is usually put over the banner, but I feel like there's often like a video in front of it and stuff. So I'm gonna have it there. I'm gonna make it, oh, should I make it? I don't know. Oh, no. No, undo. Undo. I want the big K. I won't have it underlined. I'll have it in like dark blue colour. Maybe a bit violet. Oh, I don't know. Can we make it bold? Can we make it bold? No, we can't. Oh, we can make it bold. Right here. Hello? There we go. Kitty row. Ah! Okay. Oh, that looks really bad. Hold on. Let's refigure that. Keyboard, please. Let's just maybe switch that off and see what it looks like with that. Actually, that looks alright. And maybe I am. Maybe it is. Come on. No, I don't want. I want the things. I want the keyboard, please. Thank you. No, not the kind of keyboard. Help. Help. Edit text. There we go. Can I? That's what I'm looking for. I'll try it with this, and I would quite like to colour out in a different colour. So I'm also going to centre it, and I do that by having both ends go to the edge. There we go. Don't ask me why the Y is like that. Don't ask me why the Y. It's just let's get another brush, different brush. And then what we could do is have like a light blue in the center. I don't know, I'm just kind of like fiddling here. I have no idea on the colour scheme that I'm going to use. And I'm pretty sure it's not going to be that. But just so we kind of have an idea on what's going on. So we'll have Katie Rowe. And then maybe underneath like a little, actually letting people know what the Twitch name is, even though they should know it since they are on that account. Yikes. I've pressed way too hard on those S's. Yes. Katie Rowe, or maybe like something under it, below it, something like that. Or maybe like a line, or goodness knows what. Goodness knows what. All to be determined. Now I think I'm going to do some line art off stream, because that is not the most interesting thing to watch. And it'll also give me a chance to get proper hand references in there. And then I'll maybe colour this out again on stream and do more background stuff and make the background more interesting and stuff. I was thinking like maybe clouds or waves, you know, Sailor Girl and all that with her trident on the left, on the right. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Probably going to be doing some Pearl SMP next week. Who knows, on our Minecraft server. If you want to have a look at other stuff that I draw, if it comes to art specifically that you want to look at, then you've got the YouTube channel Everyone and the Instagram account Tales of Everyone that you can see on screen. I do hope to do a bit more drawing on here, because I do enjoy it. Kind of like talking through my process. Also, it means that I actually do get stuff done and not fiddle around looking for Pinterest references for 2 hours straight. And yeah, so it's always a good excuse for me to actually have stuff that is in my to-do list, in my to-do folder on Procreate, have that actually get done, you know. But I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in, if it was 5 minutes or for all the almost 1.5 hours. Thank you very much. And yeah, I'll be colouring this out on a different stream at some point. And we'll leave it there. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next time. Goodbye.